Hello, you're watching ERi-TV and welcome to English News Broadcast. These are the top stories. 86 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today. A call was made for integrated efforts to control desertification and drought. The global COVID-19 cases and death toll continue to rise. And Colombia investigating after car bomb injures 36 at military base. The local news. We have an announcement from the Minister of Health. 86 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today at quarantine centers in the central, southern, northern Red Sea and Gashbaka regions. Out of these, 53 patients are from quarantine centers in Asmara Central region. The 28 patients are from quarantine centers in Mandefara 11, Adqayah 7, Tsorona 6, Dakmahara 3, and Sanafa 1 southern region. 3 patients are from quarantine centers in Ginda 2 and Nakfa 1 northern Red Sea region. The last 2 patients are from quarantine center in Golich 2, Gashbaka region. On the other hand, 116 patients will be receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central 82 and southern 34 regions have fully recovered and are being discharged from these facilities. Sadly, though, 76-year-old and 74-year-old patients in the Ansaba region have passed away due to the pandemic. The total number of recovered patients to date has accordingly risen to 4,654, while the number of deaths has increased to 19. And the total number of confirmed cases to the country to date has also risen to 5,194. Minister of Health, Asmara, June 17, 2021. The Minister of Agriculture called for community-based effort to combat desertification and drought. The call was made in a statement the Minister of Agriculture issued in connection with June 17 World Day to combat desertification and drought. The statement stated that Eritrea's geographical location makes it prone to adverse effects of drought and desertification, and this challenge is more aggravated by various man-made interferences like tree cuttings for firewood and agricultural expansion, overgrazing, and other activities associated with land use. In addition to this, the statement says Eritrea's landscape exposes the land to erosion and land degradation, and consequently, soil and water conservation has been one of the top priorities in the country's national agricultural strategy. Regarding the effort exerted to control desertification and drought, the government of the state of Eritrea has invested its considerable resources and mobilized the general community into rehabilitating degraded land and constructing various water reservoirs. According to reports from the Ministry of Agriculture, so far a total of 257,000 hectares of land has been treated with different kinds of structures, and around 4.5 million cubic meters of check dams constructed by different popular campaigns. Besides, around 784 water holding structures are being constructed since Eritrea's independence. To reduce the effects of drought and desertification, Eritrea focuses on the following areas: reinforcing community-based development activities to enhance land productivity, constructing all kinds of water-holding structures to improve agricultural productivity, and installing alternative energy resources to minimize tree cutting, raising awareness of the public on environmental conservation in general and tree planting and soil and water conservation in particular, as well as fostering international and regional engagements through pragmatic initiatives. The Ministry of Labor and Social Welfare branch in the Central region states that from 2004 to 2020, over 1,430,000 NAGFA has been disbursed to support the families of martyrs. Mr. Tedros Fasahaye, head of Social Welfare branch in the region, said on top of the government's regular financing support to families of martyrs, nationals inside the country and abroad contributed about 2 million NAGFA and was disbursed to needy families. Mr. Tedros also said vocational training programs are being organized to equip families of martyrs with skills with a view to enable them to become self-supportive and productive members of the society. Mr. Tedros said supporting families of martyrs is not to be left to the government only and called on every citizen to reinforce participation and contribution. Cultural programs has been organized in the Central region on the 16th of June in connection with June 20 Martyrs' Day. Speaking at the event, Mr. Andreas Asmerom, Director General of Culture and Sports in the region, said, "Remembering martyrs emanates from the deep respect and honor the Eritrean people have towards their martyrs, and that will have significant contribution for preserving the shining history and transfer it to posterity." The cultural program includes songs, poems, and musical drama, among others. Families of martyrs that attended the program called on the youth to bequeath the history of their fathers who paid their dear lives for the national independence in safeguarding the national sovereignty. Now, international news is next, after a short break. Welcome back. The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases globally surpassed 177 million today, with the deaths toll exceeding 3.8 million. And the number of recovered patients has exceeded 162 million, this is according to World Meters. South Africa has returned to tighter restrictions on public gatherings and liquor sales as the country sees a rapid rise in COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations. President Cyril Ramaphosa said that the new infections threaten the health systems in several parts of the country, and COVID-19 related hospital admissions have increased 59% over the last 2 weeks. The nightly curfew has been extended by an hour from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. local time, with religious gatherings indoors are limited to 50 people. The Colombian government is investigating car bomb explosion at a military base near the country's border with Venezuela, which injured 36 people. 2 explosions took place at a base used by the 30th Army Brigade in the northeastern city of Cucuta. The defense minister said after 2 men drove a white Toyota car onto the site after passing themselves off as officials. One of the wounded has had surgery and that 29 are hospitalized. Officials blame the attack on members of the National Liberation Army, the country's last recognized armed group. China has successfully launched the Shenzhou 12, its first manned mission in 5 years, further accelerating its space program to the United States. Lifted off at about 1:22 local time today from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in northwest China. This is according to the live video broadcast on state television CCTV. The spacecraft docked with the country's space station this afternoon after 7 hours after blasting off. The Shenzhou 12 craft successfully docked with the forward port of the core module of the Tiangong station, according to a statement from the China Manned Space Agency. The astronauts will be stationed in the core module and remain in orbit for 3 months. And now let's remind you the top stories. 86 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today. A call was made for integrated effort to control desertification and drought. The global COVID-19 case and death toll continue to rise. And Colombia is investigating after car bomb explosion injures 36 at military base. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.